What if gravity on Earth doubled? Imagine waking up tomorrow and the world feels heavier. Your body, once light enough to rise from bed, suddenly resists. Each step feels like wading through invisible chains. Your bones strain. Your muscles tremble. Even the air seems to press down harder, pulling everything closer to the ground. This is what if gravity has come to make, and that has cracked up B6E, the fight which is missing and B. Gravity, the invisible force that anchors us to the Earth, holds the oceans in their basins, and binds the atmosphere around our planet. Right now, it is perfectly balanced, strong enough to keep us grounded, yet gentle enough to allow life to flourish. But what if, tomorrow, that balance shifted? What if the pole of Earth's gravity suddenly doubled, turning our world into a place twice as heavy, twice as unforgiving? Part 2. The main element of change. To understand this, let's first imagine the raw power of gravity itself. Gravity is the weakest of the fundamental forces of physics, yet its reach is infinite. It bends light, it sculpts galaxies. And here on Earth, it shapes every aspect of life, from the flight of a bird to the beat of your heart. Now double that. Every movement you make costs twice as much energy. Every structure built by human hands must bear twice the burden. Every living thing, from the tallest tree to the smallest insect, faces a relentless, crushing pull toward the Earth's core. This is no longer the world we know. It is a heavier Earth, a deadlier Earth. Part 3. Human survival. The first victims of doubled gravity are us. The human body is finely tuned to Earth's current pull. Your skeleton supports about your body weight and nothing more. But under doubled gravity, your weight would double instantly. A person who weighs 70 kilograms would feel like 140. Your muscles, tendons, and joints would strain under this new demand. Even standing upright could feel impossible. Walking, exhausting. Running, nearly unthinkable. The heart, that tireless pump, would struggle too. It already works against gravity to push blood upward to the brain. In a world twice as heavy, every heartbeat would demand far more pressure. Strokes, heart failure, collapsed veins. These would surge in the first days of doubled gravity. Children, the elderly, the sick, many would not survive the transition at all. Part 4. The built world. But it isn't just our bodies. The very world we've built around us begins to collapse. Skyscrapers, bridges, towers. Every structure on Earth is engineered with gravity in mind. Materials are tested to carry weight under 1G, 1 Earth gravity. Double that force and the limits crack. Bridges sag under the strain. Tall buildings bend and fracture. Aircraft, designed for delicate balance between lift and gravity, would no longer fly. Even our machines would falter. Cars would require more fuel, trains more power. Rockets? Impossible. Escape velocity, the speed needed to break free from Earth's pull, would leap from 11 kilometers per second to nearly 16. Humanity's path to the stars slammed shut. Part 5. Nature's response. And what of the natural world? Forests would bow under their own weight. The tallest trees, redwoods, sequoias, towering pines, would splinter, their trunks unable to hold their massive crowns. Grasslands would spread where forests once stood. Birds would fall from the sky. Insects, already limited by their physiology, would shrink over generations to survive in this heavier air. The oceans, too, would transform. Waves would crash with twice the weight. Currents would shift. Aquatic animals, whales, dolphins, fish, would find swimming harder, their bodies pressed by the weight of water above. And the atmosphere itself? Gravity would tug it closer, air would compress, breathing would become heavier. High-altitude regions, once habitable, would suffocate under thinner air. Life as we know it would bend or break. Part 6. Historical and scientific context. But this is not just speculation. The universe has shown us examples of worlds where gravity reigns supreme. On Jupiter, gravity is more than twice Earth's. A human standing there would be crushed instantly, not only by the gravity, but by the immense atmospheric pressure. On neutron stars, gravity is so extreme that a teaspoon of material weighs billions of tons. Our Earth sits in a narrow, fragile balance. Gravity is strong enough to hold life, but weak enough to allow freedom, movement, flight. Double that balance, and Earth begins to resemble those hostile worlds, a place far less forgiving to complex life. Part 7. Step by step, consequences. So let us walk through, step by step, what would happen if this scenario unfolded tomorrow. Day 1. Panic spreads. People collapse under the sudden strain. Hospitals overflow with cases of exhaustion, strokes, and broken bones. Planes fall from the sky, vehicles stall, power plants struggle under doubled weight of machinery. Week 1. Supply chains fail. Food cannot be transported as trucks burn through fuel. Skyscrapers and bridges show cracks. Elevators stall under the new load. Entire cities grind to a halt. Month 1. Forests thin. Wildlife dies in waves. Birds disappear almost entirely. Agriculture struggles as crops cannot stand upright. Starvation begins to spread. Year 1. Civilization is broken. The strongest humans, adapted through sheer will, begin living closer to the ground in small, fortified shelters. Technology regresses. Humanity is forced into survival mode. Generations later, if humanity survives, it will not look the same. The people of a doubled gravy Earth would evolve to be shorter, stockier, with denser bones and massive hearts. Our descendants may resemble entirely new beings, forged in the crucible of gravity. What does this tell us? It reminds us that life on Earth is not inevitable. It is balanced, delicately, by the precise conditions of our planet. Change gravity, even slightly, and everything we know, our bodies, our societies, our very civilization, begins to unravel. We often think of gravity as permanent, immovable, unchanging. But what if the universe isn't as stable as it seems? What if forces beyond our comprehension could shift the weight of our world in an instant? In the end, the story of doubled gravity is not just about collapse. It is about fragility. It is about how deeply life is tied to the invisible rules of physics, rules we cannot bend, rules we cannot escape. So ask yourself, if gravity could change, what other forces of nature might one day turn against us? And more importantly, what if they already have?